The last 2 years, we have been building this dreamy tiny home, and in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys how we saved thousands of dollars doing so. If you too have been dreaming of building a tiny home, whether it be for you to live in, a mother-in-law suite, a guest home, or a place for an Airbnb or to rent out, then this video is for you. We're gonna start off with some great savings tips. One thing you might not know about me is I'm naturally a very thrifty, budget-friendly, and frugal person in general. I bring out those coupons, I deal find, and even through Amazon, I'm adding things to cart and waiting for those deals to kind of arise. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with tip number one. Tip number one is to be the general contractor. Contractors usually charge around 20% of the overall build budget on their services, and this is a huge part of the budget. It was something my husband was able to take on, and he did such a phenomenal job. This is the second project he's done that for, once with our home and then once as well with this tiny home build. And this saved us so much money. So I'm so proud and thankful he was able to take that on. So he did things like called contractors and was able to get them here to place bids. And we generally kind of aim for about 3 bids to see what's included, what the budget is gonna look like, and what the scheduling is going to look like. And I obviously recommend that you get referrals, call around, and see how other people were happy with the work that these people have provided. But we live in a small town, so word travels fast, and we were able to go with companies that we already knew. So it worked out very, very great. If those contractor rates are too high, tip number 2 is going to be great for you, and it's to DIY those projects yourself. My husband was able to do this all by himself with the siding and the painting exterior and interior. This is such a great trait for really anybody to learn, especially the painting, and it can save you so much money. These are things we didn't get bids for because we had got them years ago, and it was just so incredibly high for our own home, and that's why ultimately my husband ended up doing that. We did a really fun project together in this tiny home, which was the beadboard project, and we saved so much money with this, which actually brings us into tip number 3, which is to use used materials, reclaimed materials, or even things from discounted stores. One thing that I really love doing is always checking the stores like Home Depot or Lowe's at their damaged wood section, see what I can find. And we've done this with shiplap before, we've done that with beadboard like this project here. We actually found so many pieces of beadboard that was just slightly damaged that we were able to cut part of it off and use it in this home. It turned out absolutely incredible and gave a lot of depth to the space, and it made it kind of have that cozy cottage charm, which is what we were going for. Make sure to check out Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes people are renovating their homes. You might score something off of there. That is a resource we actually haven't used for this project quite yet. I'm actually on the hunt for a find on Facebook Marketplace, although I have not found it yet, and it's a 72-inch 6-penny Neva sofa. And ideally, I would love to find their sofa that turns into a bed. That's the dream. I hope I find it. I hope I can share it with you guys, and then we could add Facebook Marketplace to that finds list.
A big thank you to the Farmer's Dog for sponsoring a portion of today's video. Just like our family eating healthy, it was also important for us to provide great fresh food for our dogs as well, and that's why we're so excited about the Farmer's Dog. Signing up was so easy. Both Daisy and Jedi got their own packs of pre-portioned food. We got a personalized feeding guide, a tote freezer bag, and a reusable storage container in our first box. If you're transitioning your dog from kibble to fresh food, it's important that you read the transition guide that comes in your first box. We are on week 2 of feeding our dogs this fresh food. Both of them are loving it and transitioned actually very, very well. I'm glad that we're able to provide this for our dogs to keep them healthy and happy, and they have just been loving it. You can get 50% off your first box of freshly made healthy dog food by heading over to the link in the description box or scanning the QR code on the screen. Plus, you can get free shipping and 24/7 customer support. Again, thank you so much to the Farmer's Dog for sponsoring this portion of today's video.
Tip number 4 is to simplify your floor plan. This is going to go a long way with your budget. And you might not realize it from the beginning, but if you are a spreadsheet person, you will realize it in the long run. We made sure there was no angles to our home. It was a square, and this saved us so much money in lumber, so much money in labor, and is a really, really good trick. I know so many have commented about the ceilings and how that's a waste of space, a waste of heating, and the way we've heated our home is the same way we're heating this, which is with a mini split, and our bill is absolutely incredible, and we have taller ceilings than this. So we're super happy so far with the mini split in here. And I love that this is bright and airy and not claustrophobic. And for us personally, we would rather have our mom super happy in here and cozy and not feeling confined in a small space. So that is why we did that. The vaulted ceilings actually didn't cost us extra money, which was great. We didn't use that as an extra loft, which would be extra square footage. And so it was a win-win for us, and overall everybody's happy, and at the end of the day, we're really, really excited about that. Tip number 5 is to shop those Black Friday and President's Day sales. I've heard that the President's Day sales are always a little bit less expensive, which I think is a great little tip there. Get those light fixtures, get those doors, and get those appliances, and when you buy them in bulk, you're gonna save even more money. Like, for instance, we were able to score all of our appliances and then get our microwave for free. We were able to plan ahead, which meant we've been storing so much of this prior to us even really needing it. So having our party barn as a storage area was so beneficial. It helped us save so much more money with being able to store it, and then we're able to access it when we were ready, which was a huge bonus for us. Tip number 6 is get creative with your storage. You guys have seen the tiny home tour. There is really not too much storage area. So we are getting creative, which I shared my idea of our sofa being a pull-out bed. I would love for my mom's bed in her bedroom to have storage underneath, so pull-out storage for her clothes or blankets or anything she's needing. We're adding cabinetry, that's hidden cabinetry, into her bedroom. We are getting her a washer dryer combo to save space in the laundry room and create storage areas above in that closet space to maximize that. Instead of just getting a normal ottoman, you can get a storage ottoman and store things like toys if you have grandkids coming over, or extra blankets and shoes is a great idea too. Tip number 7 is to take your time. And this has really helped us with the budget process of this build. It's helped us do things carefully, save for it, and be able to do things frugally. And I think that that can be such a beneficial thing if you have the ability to slowly build. Things like landscaping, we've done a little portion in the front. We haven't done everything yet. Things like the countertop, right now we are waiting patiently for. It's going to look beautiful and it's gonna be truly worth the wait. Things like the decor in here, the furniture here, if you're gonna get things at a budget, sometimes it takes time and patience and waiting for that right piece. We don't want to just bring a bunch of random things in here. Patience is key. I think it's also a great reminder that home takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. You can't build a home overnight, and we want this to be a project that lasts the test of time and makes my mom feel extra cozy and extra loved. And it'll be fun to see how I decorate it with her, and then when she moves in, how she decorates it and adds her own personal touches too. It'll be such a fun journey. I'm so glad that you're here for it, And let me know if you guys have built a tiny home before. What are some money saving hacks that you've done that really worked well for you? We can start a conversation in the comments down below. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye, friends.